I want to bring back my joy in basketball again. Mabuhay everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, it's the review of the JB3, of course, Jimmy Butler's signature sneaker from Leaning, and my intro, of course, is the interview he gave because he's not happy with Miami anymore because he wasn't given the extension. So he's in the trading block. He wants the max extension, but Pat Riley didn't want to. But let's go back to his sneaker, and this is another story because I'm very happy that they brought back what the JB1 felt. The JB2, I didn't like it that much because it kind of felt flimsy for me, for my taste, and I like the support that I got from the JB1s. And on the JB3s, I think they kind of brought back that feel, that fast but still supportive feel of the JB line, and very springy sneaker, of course. One of the springiest sneaker that I have tried so far for the past 3 months, and very happy with it. So let's go to the review of the JB3s. Let's start off first with the upper, or before the upper, guys. Just a quick shout out to the box. So very nice box here. There's a embossed logo here too. Don't know what that means, but is that the big face logo? I'm not too sure of his coffee brand. So there's an emboss there. You can see it from the light. Getting the right angle for it, but yeah, this is the embossed part, and a golden JB logo in the front, signature here, and a very nice brown color. Of course, this colorway is a tribute for his love for coffee, the big face coffee, and this also has stitches. Very nice. It has the pattern of the stitches. Looks like a card too, and in my opinion, very nice box. Looks like leather, and that's what they were going to, I think, on this colorway too. And of course, this is the color of the year. Beige is, I think, color of the year. This neutral tone is the color of the year for 2024 Chinese New Year, and I think it's a good color to start. Oh no, I saw another colorway because I bought this over in a Leaning store in China when I was there for the New Year's, and this just came out when I was there. Luckily, I grabbed them even though they're expensive. JB line and the Wow line is one of the most expensive basketball sneakers right now, including the LeBrons too, of course. But this one is one of them, and of course, color of the year, and of course, his love for coffee is also encrypted in this insole. We're going to talk about this insole in a bit when we're talking about the cushion. But right now, let's start off first with the upper. The upper is made out of synthetic leather, and with this quilted pattern, I think it looks like coffee beans too. That is similar to what you will see on the side panels here, on the Leaning logo. So this is the same pattern that you can see here in the toe area. So this is leather, the entire panel, lateral and medial side of a sneaker is made out of leather, and there's a suede material here for the lace lock on the tip. It goes through the entire lace loop, and I like the form of this lacing system. Like I said, it's like a speed lacing system. It's easy to loosen it up, tighten it. It's very easy to do. And there's no straps going down to the footbed. It's just stitched on the top part of the lacing system, but since it's leather, it's gonna hug your foot nicely and give you a ton of support when I was playing with this. And this area too, you can see it's kind of more padded, so it gives extra lateral support to the sneaker here on the lateral and medial side of the sneaker. And speaking of support, this also goes up a bit more, so it catches your foot quite nicely on the lateral part too. And overall, the support is much better compared to the JB2, which I found it a little bit flimsy, although it's very lightweight. But I like it to have a good balance of a good weight and a good support. You don't sacrifice support over a good weight of the sneaker, especially if it's just an average weight. Don't need to do that, in my opinion, for my take, because you want to feel very secure when you're doing lateral moves on your sneaker. Especially me, I just came from a lot of injuries last year. I'm still recovering, but still I'm getting better. 2024 wasn't a good year for me in terms of basketball because I had a lot of injury tears, sprained ankle, like a tragic slipping of my leg when I was 100% already, and bad year for me in terms of health because I couldn't play the top of my game, and I was kind of hard-headed. I was playing through those injuries all through the year, so it's partly my fault. So going back to the sneaker, guys, lots of leather here, so of course support will be 100% there, and a very nice touch on the leather panels here on the thong. And the thong is kind of half stitched down to the footbed, so it's more on the forefoot part of it, so it's easier to put your foot in because some stitches are near the midfoot, so it's, although it gives you a better snug fit, but it's harder to put your foot in. But this one, it really holds the thong in place too, and there's a nice emblem. I just noticed it here on the thong, which is nice. Here, this part, there's a nice buckle here, so this looks very premium in my opinion, especially the color. It looks like a Louis Vuitton sneaker. Yeah, Louis Vuitton. So those leather touches really makes a sneaker looks more premium, and nice padding here on the pull tab of the sneaker. Very easy, big opening, so very easy to put your foot in. And of course this heel cup, this external heel cup, which of course is logo too, is ample enough for heel containment lockdown. And heel containment lockdown just lace up the sneaker nicely and properly and get the right size. Of course, right, the sizing for the JB3s, half size down. For the JB3s, this is also 10.5 on the JB1s, and you're good to go. No heel slippage, very nice lockdown. Although the padding is not too thick, but does its job. There's no heel slippage on the sneaker. Plus, I think one of the major factors is the shoe breaks in quite quickly, because if you have a very stiff stability plate, it kind of pulls your foot down when you're running. So this one was quite easy to break in because of this nice, I'm not sure if this is a carbon plate, but it has a cork pattern to it, but feels like carbon because on the older models this is carbon, and I saw on the other colorway of the JB3s was carbon fiber. I think they just made the pattern of the cork, or like a film on top of it to make it look like a cork. So I think that's what they did there. Not too sure, but it's very easy to break in the JB3s, like I've said. Heel containment, lockdown, support was very nice on the JB3s. Now let's go, of course, to the cushion part, which is one of the things that I really like about the JBs. Very springy, very similar to the Wow 10s. Similar feeling with this one, but this one has a bit more cushion. It's thicker, the boom feels thicker, but it's not a drop-in midsole like the ones on the JB1s and the JB2s. And this one is a traditional stitch boom, but the strobo is very thin. It's made out of fabric, so when I'm pressing it down, you can feel the boom cushion there. And there's a lot of, or if I'm comparing it to a Wow 10, the boom on the heel is quite thicker compared to the Wow 10. So this gives a bit more impact protection. Plus, of course, that bounciness is awesome on the JBs. Of course, the spring plate is full length. And look at this one. it's pretty rigid. Gives a very nice spring back to the sneaker. Let's try the spring test on this one. See how springy it is. So springiness is there on the JBs when you're running up and down the floor with them. Plus, the insole actually gives a step-in comfort, a very nice step-in comfort. And I think this is made out of boom, very similar to the Wow 10 specifically. It's very comfortable, step-in comfort, and you can replace it with other orthotics too. But I like this one already. Very nice step-in comfort. And now let's move on to the rubber compound that's encapsulating the boom cushion. It's made out of foam. I think this is just EVA, and it's very nice. There's a design here, but don't know what this purpose is. Carbon core drive. So there's a carbon inside. So this is carbon. So it says it's carbon core drive here. So on the lateral side, you can't feel the boom, but this is just the EVA, but it's kind of shaped like the boom inside. But the EVA is compressing quite nicely after breaking them in. So, I mean, the boom cushion here, nothing to say, very springy. It's made for people who likes to run up and down the floor a lot. And a nice cushion setup. Heel-to-toe transitions, quite nice. It looks very fast, especially when you're looking at it. It's ultra aggressive curve here in the forefoot and a very nice aggressive curve on the heel, similar to the ones. That's one of the highlights of the JB lines. It's a very fast sneaker when you're running up and down the floor. It's one of the strengths of this sneaker too. And look, there's a coffee bean here. They really implemented the coffee bean, which I really like. So it's very subtle. And now let's move on to the traction, which is another highlight. And if you played with the Wow 11s, the EC one from Series Player Only, the All City 12 Encore, they are made out of on the leaning side, it's a GCU material. On Series Player Only, it's like they're calling it the liquid rubber. There's no exact term to it, but it's this rubber. It's like the better version if you tried Flow. And this one is also very nice. This is foam, but this is rubber, but it's like a rubber foam mixture. That's how I can explain it. It's not completely rubber because it feels like foam, but it's harder than foam. So I don't know, take that to like a pinch of salt. So there, GCU on leaning and Wow, EC1. These tractions that the China brands are using is one of the best inventions of 2024 in my opinion in terms of performance. They implemented here too in the JB with the JB logos alternating, and this is the sneaker that I was testing together with the Hardened Volume 9s because I bought them together. And the Hardened Volume 9s on the dusty floor, I was really slipping. I need to wipe it every play. So I changed up to the JBs and this was sticking like glue. Like the dust didn't matter. Like for the curry flows, if it was a dusty floor, it will attract dust and you will slip. I think this will also attract a bit more dust compared to this one, but this one blades compared to the curly flow, this one's thinner, so it doesn't attract that much dust that quick. But this GCU material is money. Very dependable traction, and it's like decoupled, so it made it faster, lighter. So speaking of light, let's weigh in the sneaker. This is a 10.5 US. So regular footer, go half a size down. Wide footer, go true to size. So this is 390 grams. The JB ones, I think, is heavier. Yeah, 440 grams JB one, because there's a lot of plastic here on the side. The JB2s, I think it's around 400 too, very similar to the weight of this, but this feels sturdier, very support. I like this better, way better than the JB2s. So there you go. JB3s is a very nice sneaker. That is if you have the budget for it. I actually bought this around 13,000 pesos, converted to the China yuan. And sneakers in China, if you're buying brand new, and if you're comparing the sneaker price here in the Philippines, like example Nike here and Nike in the China, it's more expensive. So it's an expensive sneaker to have. If you're waiting, if you want to buy it and try it maybe, and you don't have the budget, wait for it to go on sale. You have to wait for a couple of months, maybe a month or two. So, but if you have the budget, it's a very fun sneaker to play with. So let me know what your thoughts are on the JB3s. Hit me a comment down below. This has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.